Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the SOULKATION podcast. I'm your host, Logan Renee. Today, we're going to talk about how we end up heartbroken. And this is part one. So you definitely want to make sure you catch part two, honey, because it's juicy. Okay? Sometimes we end up heartbroken because it's on us, but we're going to work through it. Number one, how we end up heartbroken is chemistry and connection can mess us up. Chemistry and connection. It's very hard to find chemistry with everybody. And connections are few and far in between. You find people that are cute, but then they corny. You find somebody with a good job and they don't believe in the Lord. Then you find somebody, on your same page in business. And then when it comes to what you all really want in life, they're totally different. So when we find somebody that we have really good chemistry with and connection with, we want to really hold on to them, but it's not the main thing. It's important, but it's not the main thing because the cuteness wears off, or that one thing that you loved about them doesn't fit with the other 12 things that you really, really want. And the most important thing is, can we get past just connection and chemistry? Is there more to the story? If I'm out of town, would you take, my dog or cat to the vet? If you have those things, would that person be willing to do that? Outside of cute, outside of his 12 good jokes, what else would he be willing to do? Would he drive your sick parent, if y'all were in a serious relationship, to the hospital? Would he be willing to go pack your bag or something like that? It has to go deeper than just he cute, he made me laugh yesterday. What else? It has to be something else to the story. So a lot of times the reason why we end up heartbroken is because we only focus on the chemistry. We only focus on the connection, and it has to be more to the story. And of course, time and consistency are the only thing that have to fill those gaps of us trying to see if it's actually going to work. Number two, we don't listen and we fill in the gaps with sentences of our hopes. So we don't listen and we fill in what he's going to say, like we kind of, this is what he meant to say. This is what I think he said, instead of listening to what he actually said. And we make up stuff. And this how he girl, what's wrong with you? When he looking at you like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I don't remember saying these things ever in my lifetime. That's when did I hear that right? Did I make that up? That's when maybe I should start paying attention a lot more instead of completing his sentences with my hopes. And when you want a relationship real bad, or you've been single for a long time, you start creating stuff, start making up things, and this is my go-to now. I repeat back what he said to make sure I heard him right. Like you said Tuesday at 6 p.m. Okay. You said, okay. Like I literally have to repeat back everything I say, because there are times when we just go ahead and complete what we're thinking that they're saying. And that can be very, very dangerous. So a lot of times why we end up heartbroken is because we're completing his sentences with our hopes. That's number two. Number three, child, listen. Because we're horny. She said it. She said it on the SOULKATION podcast. Hope you're not upset about it. But it's true, okay? Because you're horny. Because we're horny. Yes, that can get us tripped up so quick, it's ridiculous. It can get us tripped up very, very fast. Here's a quote I want to pass down for the next 86 generations, okay? You can be horny, but don't be foolish. You can be horny, but don't be foolish, okay? When we allow a moment that's going to eventually pass to win, we set ourselves up for this. We set ourselves up for the loss. When we let a moment, because it's a moment, it's a feeling, something you want at that time, when we let that moment overtake us, we set ourselves up to lose every single time. A lot of people have made really, really life-altering decisions because they let their horniness lead them. Been there, got a t-shirt, no judgment. She wore it. you know. But at some point it has to be, especially at a certain age, you got to be like, all right, I can be horny, but I ain't got to be foolish. I ain't got to be out here stupid. And I don't have to do things that's going to set me up for the immediate loss, you know, where I end up in bed with somebody that has something, or I have a child by a person I don't even like, you know what I'm saying? Or can't even have a good conversation with. They ain't read a book since 94, you know? They don't have nobody's college degree, but they was cute in a club one night. You know what I'm saying? You can be horny, just don't be foolish. Okay? Number 4, we know it's time to depart, but we won't tap into courage to leave. The reason why we end up heartbroken, because we know it's time to leave, okay? But we won't tap into courage, you know? Tyler Perry said sometimes we try to hold on to the very things that God himself is trying to tear apart. It takes courage to leave a relationship. It really does. It takes a lot of courage, especially if you don't want to go back to the dating scene and go back to getting on apps and being set up by random friends or co-workers who think they know you. Okay. Nobody wants to go back to that. But it takes a whole woman to stay gone or not just date random people because she wants somebody to go to the movies with on Friday night. It takes a whole woman to leave and stay gone and know her worth, because she knows what she deserves. And she knows that she deserves more. She also knows she's not perfect, but at the same time, she's not going to sit and rest in foolishness and just stay because, you know, at least I got somebody in the bed, you know. It takes a whole woman. It doesn't take a woman, you know, with a master's degree. It's a lot of smart people that do dumb things, okay? It doesn't take a woman who dresses cute. It takes a whole woman to step back and say, hey, I deserve more. Or it takes a whole woman to say, I don't have to settle. Or it takes a whole woman to say, I'm going to love me more than this situationship. It takes a whole woman to say those sentences and live those sentences out. Number 5, this is also for men. I've seen this firsthand, experienced it, heard of men doing this, being in relationships strictly out of convenience. Convenience will set you up for the loss too, okay? It will set you up for the loss. Convenience shouldn't be why you're in a relationship. Oh, this person got a house downtown. I work downtown. It's just easy for me to stay here, certain nights. She's thinking, y'all building a relationship, y'all building connections, your best friend popped up or your brother popped up, so she got to meet him. Now she meeting the family members. So it's rolling into something more than you really want. You know what I'm saying? Because it's convenient. Convenience will have you thinking that there's no way of escape. I can't get out of this situationship. Maybe y'all got a business together. Ooh, that thing gets sticky. Y'all got a whole business together. Y'all putting on events together and sleeping together behind the scene because it was convenient. It was, you let your horniness take over with, the real plan, and you end up looking up and you're like, how did I even get here? Convenience will have you believing, well, this is my only and best option, especially at this age. I've been on the dating scene for a minute. Maybe I ain't gonna meet nobody. Is setting yourself up for the loss because that's not who you really want. Convenience will have you trusting in that person as your lifeline, or the only way I'm gonna get connections or the only way I'm gonna meet people is if I stay in this relationship. And that's not true. That is not true. You may have to start over. You may have to build another network, and maybe that's for the best. Maybe you don't have to be tied to that person, that person's clique or that person's group. You can build your own connections. You're just as smart. You're just as wise. Convenience is a lie. And convenience is a way of keeping you in a place that your wholeness is not gonna want to keep you there. Your brokenness is, your insecurities are, they're going to want to keep you in those type of relationships, but they're not real. They're not real. What ends up happening when you're in a convenient relationship, you think you're there for one thing. And what ends up happening is you getting caught up in a web of foolishness. Maybe a child comes out of it, a deal that messes up your credit or even your reputation. those, you can get the money back. You can build a credit up, but your reputation, your name is not going to change unless you become a whole nother person, you get a facelift, but anybody doing all that. So to protect your reputation, convenience is something to steer clear from. Number 6, and here's really the number one secret that we forget about as a strong weapon, okay? Real strong. We jump in both feet like we don't have a God that already knows our whole timeline. We jump in relationships with both feet, heart in, toes in, fingernails. We just jump in, child, just in. And we forget we got a God that knows everything that's going to happen. Like he know everything. You know, he's not missing anything. Y'all think Harvard's smart? Please. Okay. This man knows every single thing, everything. So my prayer always to God is, I need you to show me everything in this relationship. Show me myself. Show me him. Am I supposed to be here? Am I not? What's popping? And I promise, guys, this prayer works. Every relationship I've been in where I was cheated or deceived, or I just wasn't supposed to be with that person, because there's been relationships where I was dating a really great person, but we just weren't supposed to be together. They were assigned to somebody else, and I am too. Stuff was revealed to me. I didn't have to go through their email. I didn't have to follow them. Never I had to search. I never had to search for information. It always came to me in the right timing when I was ready to receive it and ready to do something about it. Baby, Tony Braxton mama said the whole truth. She said, don't go looking for nothing, or if you're gonna receive the information, or you see that your man is cheating on you or doing dirt, be willing to do something with the information, or don't bring it up. Don't even say nothing to him if you're not going to do nothing about, what's going on. But ask God, what's up? Do I need to date this person? Do I need to invest my time, my energy, my money, meet my family? Your family should be sacred. Everybody shouldn't be running in and out the house at the family reunion. We done met David, Charles, John, Jacob. Child, for what? We didn't met too many people. If your family should be sacred, ask God, like, can you reveal everything to me? Reveal to me when I'm getting too invested. Reveal his motives, reveal my heart. Just have a consistent conversation with a person that cares about you, like genuinely cares about you. And don't feel like you're entering into relationships by yourself. Super key. The resource for this podcast is Touré Roberts. It's a video on YouTube called 5 Keys to Identifying Your Soulmate. 5 Keys to Identifying Your Soulmate. It has like over 1 million some views now. It's an amazing video. I saw it years ago. Still have it on my playlist as a go-to to go back and listen to, especially as a reminder. But it's called 5 Keys to Identifying Your Soulmate, and that's by Touré Roberts. Amazing video. Okay, guys, so that's all I have for the SOULKATION podcast. I don't know why I was breathing so hard there. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. If you're listening to this on the podcast app, make sure you like this. Well, not like it, but leave a review, as well as rate this show 5 stars. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you like it and subscribe to the channel, as well as share this video with your friends and your family. I will catch you all on the next episode of the SOULKATION podcast. Have a good one.